That's not the concept. But first off, before I get to start talking to you guys, I think we've come a long way. And when I say we've come a long way, I told you guys some time ago that the way the universe works, you'll be here doing one thing, and God is rotating the world from, let's say, Australia. So Australia is a place you don't even think of going to. But everything that makes you succeed here is being cooked up in Australia. So from your perspective, as far as you can see the world, your whole 360 degrees, you can't see Australia. So nothing is happening for you. Do you get my point? It's like the Chinese bamboo. You keep going down, but nothing is coming up. And then one day, 2012, I needed to go from 8 years of slavery, of volunteering, of working for free, and I needed to sign a contract and start presenting Pidgin English. And the only one person I could call, and I've been seeing him in church, we've been hailing each other, was this guy. But then I had discovered that we have so much in common, from Assemblies of God, from Warri, from Royal Rangers, from Deep. So it was the guy, when I say, and the deep calleth unto the deep, right? It was the iron that could sharpen my iron. It was the deep that could call unto my deep. It was the guy who knew me from before I was born. That kind of situation. So when I told him, this is what I want to do, he just knew all the people to call for me, like, oh, Casey Brand, I'll give you one guy called Casey Brand. I need that. I'll give this guy. Oh, I'm calling for you. This person. He was the incubator in Australia that gave birth to this guy that is now owning his own multimedia a company that's producing more people. This is the guy. So these are my students.
Whatsoever you are conscious of is what you talk about. I did a program on my morning work digest. I do online every Mondays to Wednesday. And one of the things I was emphasizing on this morning was the fact that whatsoever you are conscious of is what you confess. Whatever fills your mind is what comes out of your mouth. So out of the abundance of the heart. Bam. You guys are there offering time?
Yes,
life is all about purpose. I think I'm going to be talking about purpose. And you all, I celebrate greatness when I see them. And greatness is not always seen in the luxurious view. It's not always seen in the best places of life. Greatness is always discovered, and it's always found in dirt. It's always found in the awkward moments. It's always found in the wrong story background. What I mean wrong now? Wrong according to the permutations of the mindset of man. Man will always think that for you to be great, you must have a good home, a good education, you must have good grades, and these are the permutations of men. And it's not always like that. It doesn't always add up, because greatness don't come in those platforms. Greatness comes in awkward moments, awkward situations, things. Many of you are from the backside of nothingness. But watch how you unfold into tomorrow of your greatness. Great people you see today, they have a story, all right? And they came from this side of my expression. Nobody knew them. We shout and we scream when we hear the names of Bill Gates. Billionaire. Hello, that guy was a dropout. That guy struggled through school, all right? You hear great names. And you begin to wonder. I remember when late MCAbbey, of blessed memory, when he came to school. We are from the same alma mater, Baptist Boys High School, BBHS. I was in the hostel there, and they used to come for an old boys meeting in school. Anytime he's coming, he will come with this big van of food, by Concord's food. Concord was for him. They had Concord newspaper, they had Concord airline, they had Concord foods. They would come with this big trailer load of food. He will feed everybody in the hostel that day. And guess what he will do? Apart from feeding everybody in the hostel, he will also come and eat the food we eat that morning. So and every Saturday morning we eat akara and ogi. I hated this ogi. Oh my word, because it's disgusting. In fact, it was because of school I stopped drinking pap. Because my experience, how can you mix shaft and pap and mix it together and you're giving me to drink and you're telling me it's healthy for who? So I couldn't drink, but he will sit down. He will take, when he comes to our dining, with his baritone voice, you hear him, oh, where is my akara? Bring my akara. I don't want anybody to shoot me. Oh, well. And we'll be laughing because he connected with us, sat down with us, ate akara. Then they will now go for the meeting. We know after the meeting, we are already queuing in front of the truck with our plate because there's food for everybody. Now he gave his own story how he started. It was never rosy for him. You know, he was a great man at that time, but his story was never the story of a man that was born with a silver spoon. Some of you were born without a spoon. You know, there was even no. I told my mom of a story of two guys in Warri that were arguing. You know, who is the poorer person? You know, Warri will say, they use to say they brag. You know, so the guy will say, I'm poor person, I said, I lie, I'm poor person. Say I lie, I'm poor person. Say never, I'm a poor person. So they were arguing, you know, who poor person? Can you imagine the bragging right? Then one of them that was saying, I poor person, now said, look, you know what I tell the bath? And they use Omo now tell the bath. So they say, I'm poor, now Omo tell the bath. Now the other guy say, you won't get money to buy Omo. I don't get money to buy Omo. When the guy said this guy don't get money to buy Omo, I go say, hey, you poor. The guy he won the Oscars for poverty, you know, bragging with it. But what I'm just trying to picture, I'm not trying to paint here is greatness doesn't come out from great places. You know, there's always a mess, and from the mess, a message comes out. The gold is always in the dirt, and when it is first gotten, it is always dirty. You don't see goodness in that gold until it is refined. That's how it is. So it has to be refined. So what you call an artist was walking through a path one day. Before he walked through the path, few guys walked through that path and they saw a lot of wood in the dirt. And thought, this wood rubbish. They walked past. But an artist walked past that same log of wood that people had walked past. And he looked at the wood and was like, wow! People say, I cannot share when wow. He said, man, if you know what is inside this wood. He said, what is inside this wood? It's dirty now. This is my dustbin. He said, you don't want to know. Because the artist looked at this wood. What people saw was not what he saw. He took this wood. He carved something out of this wood. These people that were passing by, spitting on this wood, they came. They could not even afford to buy this wood. Because the value of this wood, after the artist was done with this wood, went up. He packaged it, carved something beautiful of it, put it on the shelf. And people were bargaining for this piece of wood. Now somebody bought it for hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, and put it in the house. One of these guys that drove past and spat on the wood visited this guy. Said, where did you get this wood? Fortunately, the artist that did it was in the vicinity. Now called the guy. This was the guy that did it. I said, I know you. Oh yes, I know you. So you do these things? I said, yes. How much? I said, it's so, 100-something thousand USD. Wow, it's too expensive. He said, sir, do you remember this wood? He said, no. This was the wood that you drove past and you spat on. That day. Say that wood that? He said, yes, this is the wood. That's what you're saying. Ordinary wood, you're not selling for 100. He said, yes, but it's that valuable. Why? Because I took it out of nothing and carved something out of it and positioned it. Value. Everybody say value. Value. When purpose is discovered and pursued, value is added to you. Do you understand? What is purpose? Purpose is just the why of your life. Everybody has got a reason. Everybody has got a why you are. Amen. And I have a wonderful and quick equation to the whole thing of purpose. And it's what you have plus who you are equals to why you are. Why you are is a question of purpose. Why am I here? Why am I existing? What is the reason for my existence? That's the question of purpose. And everyone has gotten a purpose. The reason why you are born, the reason why a manufacturer manufactures a thing is the purpose of that thing.
You are listening to Olopade TV Radio.